You're watching 10 out of 10 with the Pabulum partners. What's the show about, Gloria?
Today is all about Divos.
You almost forgot. It's the revenge of the Divos, man.
Look, you passing on that energy. It's stumbling my function to speak.
Yeah, man, we're covering the revenge of the Divos. So, sometimes like people, they always talk about women acting up, acting out, acting catty, blah, blah, blah. But there's some guys on earth and they are more diva-ish than women, okay?
That is so
true. It could work for the good or it could work for the worse, Mm-hmm. It just depends on what type of personality they have, But I've encountered so many, especially in the entertainment industry. You're always going to run into that diva, man. Some of them are really fun and you definitely want to attach to that energy, right? But some of them are such a downer.
I wonder who has more of that, diva-ness. Is it diva men or is it diva women?
Ooh, I don't know. Because see, like women, I guess they're passive aggressive, but sometimes men can be too, depending on if they hang with the girls or not. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then sometimes they're just outright straightforward. You know what I mean? So we're going to count down the list, and I hope you guys can understand where we're coming from. This is not personal, but you put it out there, so we might as well explore. We just some researchers out here doing the show, huh?
Yeah, just out here in these streets, looking up stuff, finding it interesting.
Yeah, so let's get started. We're at number 10, Mike Epps.
Comedians are good for the soul. They help you laugh out your hard week you may have had at work or school and reset yourself to do it all again. Occasionally, in the comedian world, you may get a little back and forth banter about who's really funny. And boy, does Mike Epps and Kevin Hart know how to put on a show. In 2018, Mike Epps posted a photo of himself posing with Eddie Murphy, and an Instagram user commented, "Eddie Murphy is funnier than Kevin Hart still." Epps then replied, "Shoo, everybody is." And that's when the friendly feud games began. Kevin Hart then responded, at Eppsy, "It's a shame that everybody isn't selling tickets like me, though." Then he went on to say, "All I can say is that you're a sad individual. I talked to you several times face to face in attempts to put the BS behind us. I even reached out to you like a man and tried to get to the bottom of the bitterness. When will you realize that my success has nothing to do with you or your journey? Unlike you, I want to see you win. I'm actually a fan, champ." Epps then responds back, "You still starving to be a victim? I said it wasn't press-worthy, and here you go as usual, trying to show the world how great you are because people pick on you. GTFOH! Exclamation point. You have a long line of stuff to clean up before you can hand me a bucket. I've been doing this for 25 plus years, Mr. Victim. Don't get cute, little brother." Epps and Hart went on and on, but today, the two comedians are, well, done with the war of words for now.
Ooh, if there isn't a time to sip some tea.
Okay.
You know what? I just when Kevin Hart posted his little post, I could just hear him speak saying, "You a sad individual." All I can say is, "You a sad individual." I just hear him saying it. And then I can picture Mike Epps saying, "Don't get cute, little brother." Because we know these comedians.
I can definitely see that too. Look, their kind of pettiness is great entertainment for us. Like, it's just funny. We can't even take it serious, right? No. It's just like, okay, they're two comedians. They're both hot. They're both talented. Come on, you guys,
This pick on the countdown is so vain, allegedly, that the Divo created his own social networking site, patterning MySpace, called Hoff Space. Baltimore-born actor David Hasselhoff, aka the most watched man on television, has dazzled fans since the 70s and continues to run amok in Hollywood even to this day. Known for his windblown sandy brown hair, beach tan skin, and muscled physique, Mr. Hasselhoff's resume is one of legend. Remember True Survivor? His acting credits are extensive, extensive, ranging from the popular 1990s lifeguard drama Baywatch to his epic characterization of crime fighter Michael Knight in Knight Rider. Speaking of Rider, when it comes to Hasselhoff's demand list for his dressing room or green room requests, he can be a bit of an extravagant. According to sources that choose to remain anonymous, an imperfect Divos stance, the Hoff requires a life-size cardboard cutout of who else but the star himself in the backstage rooms at venues where he makes appearances. He doesn't take himself too seriously, though. The good sport parodied himself in a few films and even allowed people to roast him on a 2010 Comedy Central special. Today, the Divo travels the world to motivate thousands of people as a motivational speaker, which is all fine and dandy as long as that life-size cutout is somewhere nearby.
That is just hilarious. Okay. But you know what? Once you reach a certain status, I feel like you have to have a requirement of something, right?
Yes. I mean, what would your requirement be in the green room?
I just need some chips and dip.
Chips and dip, that's it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I would have. I honestly have to think of it. Maybe some tulips. I love tulips.
I know what you would have.
Hmm?
I know what you would have.
What?
Dark chocolate covered almonds.
Yes, with some pickles.
Oh Lord.
Do you know I saw a show the other day where this woman was terrified of pickles.
Sometimes people get in arguments or upset over the most trivial things, and many people may take to Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter to express their thoughts or feelings. Well, that's exactly what Darrin Henson did when he heard news about Stomp the Yard castmate Columbus Short's troubles back in 2014. We don't really know what triggered Henson exactly to call out Short, but we do know that the two went at it for at least a week long on Twitter. Some posts from Darrin state, "Although people loved Stomp the Yard, it was a sore thumb for me. I got called the bad guy every day. Well, who's the bad guy now? Hashtag Columbus." Another tweet states, "Society no longer looks at the person. They look at the character you play and judge you from that. I was tagged the bad guy in hashtag STY. Hashtag wrong." Of course, Short responded to Henson, making accusations that Henson wanted to be him and tried to make light of Henson's shade, but Short went in. Some posts from Short state, "Listen, hashtag Nestle Snipes. At Mr. D Hen, you've wanted to be me for 7 years. Hashtag take a knee. And hashtag take off the makeup. Hashtag buy ×3. Ha 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 ha. Short also posted, "I can see at Mr. D Hen faces right now. As the hashtag makeup drips, drip drip drops off his hashtag 9head. Hashtag co-star please get Skelter." The Joker, formerly known as hashtag Darrin's Dance Grooves, aka hashtag Blade6, aka hashtag Psych Writer, aka 567 late, shall no longer be talked about. Hashtag it is done. LOL. Phew! The pettiness between these two is the reason why they made the countdown.
Ooh, the pettiness.
Yes. You know what? I just realized that they're both dancers, like professional dancers. I didn't know that back then. Like, I was just like, oh, okay, Columbus Short's an actor, Darrin is a dancer, and just had to practice really hard. But no, they both dance.
Oh, because Columbus Short danced as a background dancer for Britney Spears.
Yeah,
before Kevin Federline, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Or maybe during the same time.
Around
yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm a big fan of Darrin because he was on the Soul Food TV series. And you know I love that series, man. One of the best out there. So talented, that whole cast, you know?
Yeah.
But I can't believe they're that petty. Like, people are actually out here fleshing out. They're showing their, what's it called? Slip. They're showing their slip. Just messy all over the place, honey.
Listen, it was Darrin's fault. He started it. Like, he didn't even have to say anything about what Columbus was going through, right?
I know. See how people wait for your downfall? And they'd be like, I got you.
I got you.
You're not as good as you say you are. Sit your crab bucket butt down somewhere.
It's like the leprechaun or Rumpelstiltskin jumping out, talking about, I stumped you.
The Fast and Furious franchise has been around for some time now, and you would think they would all get along, right? Well, for the most part. However, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson took to Instagram to call out his male castmates during the last week of filming Fast and Furious 8. This is my final week of shooting, hashtag Fast and Furious 8. ... There's no other franchise that gets my blood boiling more than this one. My female co-stars are always amazing and I love them. My male co-stars, however, are a different story. Some conduct themselves as stand-up men and true professionals, while others don't. The ones that don't are too chicken to do anything about it anyway. Candy A's. Now, Johnson never said which male castmates he was speaking about, but did he really have to? Later, Tyrese Gibson accused Johnson of being the reason the production for Fast 9 was delayed, and Vin Diesel defended Tyrese, saying, brotherhood, ... and all its complexities, and displayed a photo of himself and Johnson together. Diesel continued with, I know there's been a lot of speculation as to why the Fast 9 release date was pushed, but it would be unfair to say it is anyone's fault. Then he said, however, like any vehicle that has run around the globe 8 times, the franchise is in need of maintenance. Later, when viewers noticed Johnson and Diesel didn't appear in any scenes together in Fate of the Furious, his reply was, that is correct. We were not in any scenes together. After Dwayne did the film Hobbs and Shaw in 2019, Johnson shared a video on his Instagram and specifically thanked Diesel for his support of the spinoff, stating, lastly, but not least, I want to thank Brother Vin for your support of Hobbs and Shaw. I'll be seeing you soon, Toretto. And just recently, in July of this year, 2001, Dwayne revealed he wasn't returning to F9. In an interview, Johnson said, I wish them well on Fast 9, and I wish them the best of luck on Fast 10 and Fast 11, and the rest of the Fast and Furious movies they do that will be without me. Ooh.
Not all these milk dud bald-headed men going after each other like that. They all fine.
You know what? Sometimes you just gotta voice your opinion on some things to let it off your chest to feel better. And that's what The Rock did. So, I mean, he didn't have to do it in that way, making everybody feel bad, but you know.
I appreciate The Rock. He seemed like a divo too in this particular situation. I think it's a lot of people at fault, but we don't know the specific details, like what Vin Diesel said on set or what actions he was taking. Who knows, you know? But I felt like The Rock was probably holding it in, trying to be professional and get through it. But he was like, I'm never going to work with these unprofessional people again. Just watch. You're going to see my career soar. And sure enough, you know, Vin Diesel, he's a cool character, but if you know anything about the industry, like Karine Steffans, she wrote about him in her book, and she said he was one of the laziest actors that she's ever witnessed.
Really?
On set, yeah. Like, it's weird. You don't have to read the book because it's very like, whoa. But yeah, she talks about his work ethic just not being on point. And if you know anything about The Rock, he wakes up at 4:00 in the morning to work out. He's already planning his day, checking the trays. He's getting ready to go to set so he's like memorizing scripts and stuff like that. He eats healthy and all this. He doesn't play. In fact, when Kevin Hart started working with The Rock, he leveled up. He didn't bring The Rock down. He came up to his level. He like, oh, this guy is serious about his business. I'm gonna get on board.
Yeah, it's just The Rock has different work ethics than everybody else, and he just probably can't take all that. I don't know how you work, sir, but I don't work like that. And you're not going to make me, come down to your level to work the way you do. I'm going to work the way I do. And if you can't handle that, then I don't need to be on this stuff anymore. And so that's what happened.
And so I could appreciate that. The gift of goodbye, a pleasant exit. Well, it wasn't that pleasant, but at least he knows what's for him and what's not.
There's nothing like a Devo who swears that they are the all-knowing and the fairest of them all. Kevin Samuels jumped on the scene as the YouTube algorithm and men seeking retribution on the opposite sex pushed the self-proclaimed image consultant to the forefront of our recommendations. Equipped with a slim figure, thick rimmed glasses, and nicely put together outfits, the middle-aged public speaker made a name for himself by saying the most shocking, savage things a grown man with children could say on an online platform. His specialty? Confronting people, mainly women, about their physical features, such as height and weight.
You may be a lovely woman, but this reeks of kind of desperation. It's unattractive. You're 27 years old and you're going through life guarded, trying to protect yourself against hurt because of past traumas. Then you don't need to be out here amongst healthy people dating. You're damaged.
This image consultant needs an HR and PR team, let's just say that. He will often tell people that they would die alone if they didn't meet the stipulations of what he thought a great partner looks like. Samuel showed all the symbols of a Devo, picking verbal fights with his female counterparts for the sole purpose of being maliciously rude. His overall game is to brainwash women into lowering their standards and accepting that they cannot have a quote-unquote high-value man. Thus, having a solid education, career, character, or confidence is not good enough, and that the only thing women have that men value are their looks. This Devo treads the dangerous grounds of misogyny and body shaming amid the rise of a female empowerment movement. But as long as people support his controversial commentary, Kevin Samuels is here to stay.
That was deep. That was deep. I don't know why this show is so funny to me, but it was deep because he said Saweetie, the rapper, is a 6. From a 1 to 10, Saweetie is a 6. I wonder what he would, I put women in this clip like Queen Latifah and Judge Judy because I'm wondering, when is a woman valuable enough for you? Judge Judy is one of the highest paid TV judges in America, in the world. You understand me?
Yeah.
Queen Latifah has transitioned from a girl in the hood who is rapping about self-respect and has transitioned into Hollywood as an actress and someone who is a production executive of sorts with Flavor Unit. And she has never been a skinny woman. So you're going to base the value of a woman on how she looks, and you're going to dismiss their work ethic, their careers, and all of that? Now, Kevin Samuels, that is crazy to me because you can find a valuable woman who may be plus size, who may be have kids and divorced. She might be over the age of 40, so for him to be spewing that kind of mentality is very close-minded, So there's some recent news that came out about him a couple of months ago. So a lot of people are finding out he's not that credible.
Yeah.
But he is a Devo because his fashion game be on point. Them edges be trimmed up. Them nails, I checked the nails. So I was like, you can't give advice to women if your nails are dirty. You understand me? Your ears need to be clean, honey. Okay, so, he goes on this list because he looks like a high value man, but it's just that his mentality, I don't know, that kind of brings him down a little bit.
Yep, 2 and 3.
Yes.
Most people know Curtis Jackson for his famous singles In the Club and 21 Questions, his successful Starz TV series Power, and his business ventures in Vitamin Water, G-Unit Clothing, and book collaborations with Robert Greene. But many also know the man as 50 Cent, the self-made underdog turned relentless bully with a chip on his shoulder. He's managed to stay on top of the game and on the tip of the fingers of bloggers with multiple verbal run-ins with his Hollywood peers, Ja Rule being one of the main targets. However, no one can forget the time when the Jamaican Queens native showed his Devo-ish ways in a public spat with undefeated pro boxer Floyd Mayweather. Once the closest of pals, 50 Cent would frequent Floyd's boxing matches, later sharing the cover of XXL titled 50 Plus Floyd, It's Always Money, power, and respect. 50 Cent warmed up to Mayweather as he learned the ins and outs of boxing promotion, even allegedly managing the infamous promotions company, the Money Team, or TMT, while Mayweather was imprisoned for a domestic violence case. The love fest didn't last long, however. 50 Cent claimed that Mayweather allegedly reneged on a promise to give 50 a couple of $1 million for his hard work. Ironically, the two powerhouse personalities didn't come to physical blows, but landed some pretty low blows on social media. Tell Floyd I said he won. He is the greatest of all time, and nobody can ever take that away from him. He wrote on social media, making fun of Floyd's illiteracy. What he's done with his life is amazing. I'm done with all of the back and forth. Now, can someone please read this to the champ? According to Floyd, 50 was apparently trying to employ the 50 laws of power on his friendship and business. I've always been a great friend to him. He stayed at my house plenty of times. We travel, we laugh, we have fun, he told Complex earlier this year. If you choose not to be my friend anymore, then so be it. I was doing time, and I read the newspaper and it said, "Congrats to 50 Cent for getting his boxing license for TMT Promotions. When I got out, we were riding in my Lamborghini, and he was trying to remove Al Heyman. It took me from 1987 until now to build my brand. I said, whatever you've got going on, let's just stay friends."
I mean, I have nothing to say. That it said it all. You can see right there. If you're familiar with 50, then you know what you're dealing with.
As an interviewer, host, or reporter, your job is to move as much information as possible before reporting, hosting, or interviewing a guest. And usually Larry King is on top of his stuff. But even the greats have a mishap. And boy, did Jerry Seinfeld have a moment when, to his surprise, Larry didn't know if the show Seinfeld was canceled or just coming to an end. King asked Seinfeld, "You gave it up, right? They didn't cancel you, you canceled them." Seinfeld's face was visibly in shock and replied to King, "You're not aware of this?" And the classic, "Do you know who I am?" line.
You canceled them.
You're not aware of this?
No, I'm asking you.
You think I got canceled? I went off the air. I was the #1 show on television, Larry.
You were.
Do you know who I am?
Another incident that Jerry Seinfeld was involved in was Jerry was being interviewed at an event, and he was interrupted by a popular singer, Kesha, all because she wanted a hug. Seeing how Seinfeld didn't even know who she was, he politely dismissed the offer. Well, in his mind.
Oh, thanks.
Can I give you a hug?
No, thanks.
Please?
No, thanks.
A little one.
Yeah, no, thanks.
Oh.
Jerry Seinfeld makes the list of divos because he's not shy about letting people know the facts and saying no to random strangers' hugs while being interviewed, even if you are a pop star.
You know what? I agree when he told Kesha, no thanks. Like, see, before COVID, he was on it. I agree. We don't have to do all that germ swapping, you know?
Listen, he's just so funny because he's nice about it, but then he's not nice about it. You know how you be nice and throw shade at the same time? That's Jared. That's why he made this list. He was just like, do you not, they didn't tell you about? Surely you know.
We can't have a list about Divos without having platinum recording artist Kanye West on it. The producer/rapper is notorious for esteeming himself even when other people can't see the vision. And while that has taken him to high places, it has also created some memorable Divo moments. For instance, Kanye has no problem booting what he deems as unworthy award winners off stages, critiquing his girlfriend's fashion choices, or complaining about not winning awards that he feels he rightfully deserves.
I'm never coming to MTV. Y'all find Britney.
Quoted as saying his greatest pain in life is that he will never be able to see himself perform live. Kanye West has characterized himself as the embodiment of Steve Jobs, Walt Disney, Howard Hughes, Mandela, Malcolm X, JFK, Henry Ford, and Picasso, to name a few. Of course, people took his words out of context and started associating him with the word rant. In fact, there was a period when you couldn't see media coverage about Kanye West without the word rant attached to the headline. West critics can't seem to get over the idea that the paranoid rapper thinks so highly of himself. But like he raps in his song, you worry about the wrong things.
Girl, you see how Drake used to look?
Yes, I love it. I love Drake.
That Kardashian plan.
Hey, but
No,
he
I'm
looks
kidding.
even better now, though.
He did look better. He looked great. Yeah, I'm with the same plan. So hook me up. What you have to say about Kanye West, man?
Everybody knows Kanye is a Devo, but it's just like, I mean, I just feel like sometimes he's just like, give me my respect, man, you know? And he be having his little tantrums. So like, if you don't appreciate it, he's just like making sure you know. Do you know?
And we do know. And people should give him his respect. Politics aside, whatever you believe, the talent, the genius, the music, going back to the college dropout and so forth. And the fact that people act like they don't know, I think it's a tactic so that he cannot believe in himself. You know, they see his greatness in certain areas. He is kind of a little out there, but they see his greatness, you know, in music. And you can't take that away from him, from producing to rapping.
Doesn't it seem like the older some celebrities get, the harder it is for them to hide their diva or Devo-ish ways? Well, this talented icon is legendary for his music and his Devo ways. From the fabulous fancy suits and signature glasses to his massive hits, Benny and the Jets, and Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. Elton John's style is unmatched, and so is his mouth. There was his F-bomb-infused rant against the Leicester security guards working at Grace Road Cricket, where he refused to continue his concert until they sat down.
Can you sit the down, please? Otherwise, I ain't gonna continue. So please sit down.
Or the time when the Rocket Man singer went back and forth with Madonna when he went on a press tour of sorts to express that the pop star's career was over and that she lip sings.
What would your advice be to Madonna this year?
Make sure you lip sync good.
One time, he even turned down meeting the great Stevie Wonder on stage during his birthday because he was in a mood. Not shy to show the world that he is his own #1 supporter, Elton John named his 2019 memoir simply Me, like me. M-E, nothing else. And when asked how he would describe himself, he said generous, temperamental, and fabulous. This Devo has a cooler side, though, advocating for the likes of younger talents Lady Gaga and Eminem, and spearheading his own AIDS foundation.
Ooh, shady boots. You know, he would be the female version of Aretha Franklin. Because Aretha Franklin, she is a professional shade slanger. You understand me?
Wait. A professional what?
Shade slinger.
One of the coolest and most stylish stars that ever touched down on this planet is Prince. It would be crazy to not have one of the best musicians in the world make the list. Of course, Prince is a Devo, but he has every right to be.
It's not Memorex. I go on stage and my microphone is on.
As a musician, songwriter, producer, multi-instrumentalist, dancer, and I'm sure I'm missing other things, he has done it all and very well for a long period of time. When Prince gives shade, people just accept it. That's how cool he was. He was like that fun friend or aunt that told you the real truth, but the delivery was very humorous, so it was hard to stay mad. But we all remember when he didn't want to sing We Are the World at the American Music Awards, or when he kicked Kim Kardashian off his stage after inviting her up because she just stood there. And of course, his interview on The View.
So, but off stage, you're very quiet and very mysterious. What is that all about?
I'm just that way around you.
The late musician will not only be remembered for his great accomplishments, but also for his vibrant personality and, of course, Devo moments.
That makes up our list of the top 10 Devos, right? Revenge of the Devos. And so you guys make sure you tune in for our next episode because we've got plenty more to give you.